And we're back.
Started recording. Okay, we started it again. Son of a bitch. Okay. Let me hit the little X button. Right there. Okay.
It says, if you hit the X button, you will cancel recording. Why do you keep hitting it? Son of a bitch. Is it recording?
I think it is. Let me double check. Yeah. We're cool. I just can't see you. I can see me, but I can't see you.
Motherfucker. How the hell can you not see me? Hold on.
I don't know. It'll still pop
me.
up. It'll still pop up. So I can hear you just fine. But anyways, let's do the intro. There you are.
No intro.
There you are.
That's fucking. There's no intro for this show.
You have to. Yes, there is.
Yeah. Fuck is it?
We're professionals. God damn it. Act like
professional fuck ups.
Yeah. Either way.
We're the other guys. We're the other guys.
We're the other guys. Hey guys, welcome to BJ's Retro Rewind YouTube podcast. My name is Barry, and with me always, my hetero life mate, Jake. How you doing, Jake?
I'm alive. How are you?
You're alive. Hi, man. Living the dream. Living the dream.
A little bit early for that movie there, buddy, don't you think?
I thought it fitting, considering.
It's next week.
Yeah, give him a little taste.
So. Taste, yeah. First one's free, kids.
Get them hooked. I think they can figure it out, probably what we're going to be talking about on Sunday. So why not?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Figure it out, kids.
So, how was your day? Catch up. Let's catch up.
All right.
Let's do the news.
Huh?
I said, let's do the news. What was the daily?
Why the fuck? When did we start the news?
I don't
the fuck know. Out of here.
The news with your life. What's going on?
I don't want to talk about life. Let's talk about fantasy, man.
All right, fantasy. Talk about whatever you want, man. It's your show. You're the talent.
I've been finding a lot of gems on.
I just put the shit together. That's all I do.
I just hit record and see what the fuck happens.
I hit record. I do a little editing, add some music. There's a show. So, all right. So you found some gems where?
On those free things like Freevee.
Yeah.
Which I guess used to be Internet Movie Database.
Yeah, the IMDb.
Yeah. So the other day, I think it was 2 days ago, maybe or so. It was the anniversary, or at least it was the date when the John Carpenter's The Thing.
Love
hit
that
movie theaters in 1982, I believe. And so I watched that. I think it was 82.
Thought it was 84.
Came out about the same year as E.T. So, because that's what the big hoopla was, is that the reason why it didn't succeed is because E.T. came out and people just kind of weren't like looking for something like dark aliens when they had E.T. Everything's
That makes sense, because that was E.T. was the first movie that my mom actually dropped me off as a kid to go see by myself.
Why?
And I was
no, kidding, fucking with you.
I don't. We were latchkey kids. It was like, here's $5, make a day of it. See you when you get home.
Many. Yeah.
I think I was 8 when I went to go see that by myself. So that would have been 82.
Yeah. I wasn't that much of a latchkey kid, I can tell you that, man. When I got to my teenage years, my mom would dump me off and be like, "Here's money," and she'd be like out with her friends, and then she'd come back around and be like, "All right, I'll be back at about this time," and I'd be outside. She'd be like, "Hey, you want to see another movie? Here, go watch another fucking movie, and I'll come back later." I told you that story, didn't I?
Yeah. Let me go tie one on. I'll be back.
No. Hey, hey, God bless her. Single mom, she had to do what she had to do, and I don't fucking blame her one fucking bit. Dude, she had a good time, and I had a fucking great time.
Hey.
Because I was doing what I loved. I was seeing movies, I remember one time me and a buddy of mine, it might have been that kid, Zach. It might have been him.
Oh, Zach.
I remember old Zach Attack. We went to see, I guess we were old enough or maybe my mom said, hey, they can, I don't remember what happened, but all I know is I feel like that was the first horror movie I went to see that I didn't have any like actual adult supervision. I'd have to check the date on that, but it was Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors, possibly
Ooh, I
my
love that one.
favorite. Possibly my
Mine too.
favorite.
Yeah.
We went and watched that. It was opening night, I think, or it was either Friday or Saturday, and then we went out and waited for my mom. And this theater only showed. It was in the mall in the New Brunswick, New Jersey mall. I think it was. I can't remember the name. I think it was just Brunswick Mall. I don't know. I think that's what we called it. But it had a two theater situation in the mall.
Yeah.
That I recall. I know I've seen a lot of movies there. But anyway, and then we went outside, waited for my mom. She came a little later on, and she's like, "Well, here, take this money. Here's for both of you. Go watch another movie, and I'll come back later." We went and was like, "There's only 2 movies, and the other one, fuck that." So we went and saw Nightmare 3 2 times.
Again.
Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
We go see it again because we're kids.
It's
You know,
better the second time.
And it keeps on getting better every time I see it.
It keeps getting funnier every.
But the best story I have, best story I have.
Nice Beetlejuice reference.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Best story I got. I'm not too sure about how this new one's going to turn out. Speaking of Beetlejuice, because I'm like, guys, you know,
Are you talking about
hopefully they can catch the sequel that they're supposed to be making. They brought back. I think it's hilarious. It's like, I wonder how they're going to explain the dad. I guess they'll just write him off as dead. You know about the guy who played the dad, right?
Yeah, I heard about it. Yeah, that he was a fucking pedophile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fucked up. Because he's in so many movies back then. You know, he was the principal in Ferris Bueller. You could hate him. But in that one, he wasn't really hateable.
Howard the Duck.
Yeah, he was a bad guy in a lot of movies. Except for that one. That one is Beetlejuice. He wasn't. So I'm like, well, gotta write him off.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots. Anyway, what can you do?
I mean, you think about it when it comes out, I mean, if it were to come out like this year or something, would you think it was like 1982 again? Because you got Beetlejuice, and then you got The Flash, which is coming back with Michael Keaton as Batman again.
Yeah, that's out. I saw it the other day. By the way, I did go see that the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
How was it?
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Was the Batman part real cool?
It was.
That's the only reason I'm seeing it. That's the only reason I'm seeing it.
I don't want to ruin it for you, man. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it, but I really, really, I'm not going to ruin anything. But it is a multiverse kind of situation.
Yeah, I knew that.
And there's the part where all these, which look like worlds, but they're really just different universes, and you see other superheroes, even a superhero that could have been a superhero in a Tim Burton movie. And I don't know, that may kick in your mind a little something. I was like, as soon as I saw the dude, and I'm pretty sure that was, even though he's alive, as opposed to the other cameos, some of the cameos that they did, which I thought was cool no matter what. I was like, oh, fuck, my childhood. But the other one they put up there, I thought was a great homage to who could have been movie. But as soon as I saw the hair, I knew right away who the fuck it was. I was like, oh my God, did they put him in this? That movie never happened. And then he turns around. I'm like, it's him. Fucking cool.
I want to see it. I can't stand Ezra Miller, but
what can you do?
I want to see the movie just because of Keaton. That was it. I'm going to see it just because of Keaton.
I will let you know this too. There's also another. It's not really a Batman cameo, but it's an actor who played Batman besides Keating and besides who's the other one? Ben Affleck, because Ben Affleck's in it. Because obviously this is that universe.
Yeah,
he's not in it for very much, But
it can be Val Kilmer.
I'm not going to say, but I'm just going to say it was a person who played Batman. Actually, I forgot about that. Yeah, there was also some other CGI characters that were thrown in there that was like, oh shit! So they did a lot of cool shit, a lot of cool.
You had Val Kilmer. You had George Clooney.
You
had
stuff like that. Adam West.
Adam West. Adam West. Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know if anybody else played. Well, you also got, although he did pass away, the guy who did the voice of Batman, although he did get to play him in live action on the Arrowverse.
That did Batman, the animated series.
Yeah, the guy who did the voice for that, stuff like that.
He passed away, a couple months ago? Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. But anyway, it's a, It's a good movie. I was a little frustrated because I was hoping that. I mean, I get what they did because they were like, no matter what you do, you can kind of like, you keep fucking with time, and it's not gonna necessarily, if it's meant to be, it's gonna fucking happen. It's basically it. And you're like, damn, it's frustrating as fuck. Because I so wanted it to be like I was too. I was like, no, it's gonna happen. You can fucking figure it. Nah, not gonna happen. But yeah, very cool. They very so they kind of left it on which obviously we're never going to see. We all know this, but they kind of left it on a bit of a, not really like a cliffhanger that you're going to be like, God damn it. But it kind of something.
Well, I mean, they could probably still do it. They got to replace Ezra Miller because, I mean.
Yeah. I can't believe he was at the fucking premiere. I mean, he didn't get to talk. They just kind of brought him in, and then some people got some photos. I guess he stopped, took photos, but he's like, he ain't talking. But he was at the fucking premiere.
Surprised they didn't arrest his ass. Jesus.
I mean, he's already in trouble. He can't leave the country, and he's going to be he's probably going to go to prison. This is what it is.
Yeah.
This is
good.
Crazy. I mean, I get it. He's got some kind of mental issue, but it's still like, fuck, man. And like somebody was saying all the time I was watching these, the John Campea show, and they were constantly reporting new things with Ezra Miller, new video, all this shit. And they're like, this is the problem. We don't fix the problem. Nobody's stepping in and saying, get this motherfucker and fucking like, let's take him, get him to put in hell, get him help. And he kept escalating until now he's fucked. And I'm like, what did you think was going to happen, bro? I mean, you're obviously really off, like way off, that you just pissed away. But then so did fucking Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, well,
I got some help for Harvey Weinstein too. It's got a lead pipe across that kneecap.
I mean, listen, as far as I know, I mean, unless it's not come out, he only groomed, and I'm not saying that that's not bad. I don't know if that even involves anything as far as actual sex, but not to say that it's good or not, but he didn't, as far as I know, unless I and I could be wrong. I don't know what he did. I know what he did. I heard stories. I heard what the news said. I don't know how far it went with whatever happened, but I don't know that he did anything with that girl, but I don't fucking know. Who the fuck knows?
Man, it doesn't matter.
I know.
It's
he fucked
the
up.
Fact that, he fucked up. He pissed his career away because he could have gone.
That's fucking nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was in two major franchises.
Dude,
now, I don't know.
The Harry Potter franchise, and we watched that not long ago.
Yeah, I haven't seen the newest one, but I heard it bombs, and I'm not because it was this. I think that came out before all this shit with Ezra Miller, and I was like, Jesus Christ, they replaced Johnny Depp, but he got off because that was all bullshit. But it didn't matter. But apparently it didn't do well enough. They planned on doing 5 movies, but looks like we're not going to, I don't know how the third one ends, but they say that they're scrapping it. They're not going to do any more, but it's like, well, I hope you didn't leave it on a fucked up. And I'm pretty sure that they did.
That's
leave it open-ended. But,
like even today, like, I mean, I'm not to get off your point or whatever, but it kind of to stay on, you get attached to these fucking actors and actresses.
Yeah. Sure.
And like today I was watching the news, and like over in Europe, in the UK, Kevin Spacey's going for like 4 or 5, 7, whatever sexual assault charges with these young guys. Yeah, with these guys. And I was like, you do these movies that I absolutely love, that I don't want to go back and watch now because of this shit. I mean, that's just me though. And it just ruins it. It ruins it. It's like, now I can't watch The Usual Suspects because I want fucking Kaiser Sose to get whacked. Because of that shit.
No big loss to me. I never really, I mean, nothing against it. I've seen a lot of that movie. I haven't seen it from beginning to end, so no loss there.
The Usual Suspects?
Sounds like I don't. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, man. I never had a chance to sit down and watch that from beginning to end.
I obviously, a great movie.
I obviously know how it ends. That's already a done deal, but.
Yeah, it was a good movie. It was a great movie. American Beauty, another one. I love that movie.
That one I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I own that on DVD because I love that movie. I mean, I don't know. I also own Baby Driver. That's a great movie.
Yeah,
he gets killed in that, so one. Fuck it. You can love it. That he's not a good guy in that movie, so you could watch it and be like, fuck him.
That one. Yeah, that one.
I don't have to.
So,
and I have no interest. I wanted to love Superman Returns, and I have no problem with Brandon Roth. I wouldn't have a problem with Kevin Spacey, but obviously even beyond what's happening now, I'm talking even back then, I was just like, I thought they were going to go for a Lex Luthor comic book accurate. He's not a fucking petty criminal mastermind. He's literally owns a business, is a millionaire, but he does devious shit. And I was like, it looked like that was what they were going for. And then they just pulled the rug under and went, oh, yeah. And again, love Christopher Reeve's movies, love Gene Hackman, love his portrayal, because obviously I just have to imagine it's different. But Kevin Spacey just, and obviously it was written that way. It wasn't like he just went, oh, I'm going to do it this way. It was written for him to be the way he was. It was such a waste.
Well,
I thought he could have been a good Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I didn't like him as Lex Luthor. I liked Brandon Routh as Superman, though.
Yeah,
I thought he did. I thought he did a good job. Yeah,
he did. He got redeemed though. He got to come back in the Arrowverse and play the Atom. But they did one where they went through time, or they went to different multiverses, and he got to play Superman from Kingdom Come, which is the older Superman who, like the Joker, kills Lois Lane and destroys Metropolis, and he kind of goes dark, but he's got like grayer hair, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. So he got to play Superman again. I don't know. They might have made a reference to him in the Flash too. Don't quote me on that, but they made a lot of references and showed a lot of things that were really cool to see.
The only one I didn't like as Superman was Dean Cain. Never cared for him as Superman.
It was a thing, but I mean, I'm probably watched it because it was Superman, and well, the girl was hot. Terry Hatcher, she's hot.
Oh, yeah. They say this. Yeah. I read a thing about her the other day. It said everybody that's ever worked with her is like, man, she is just a fucking handful to work with. She's very, very full of herself, apparently. I didn't. The only thing I can think of is like when she was on Seinfeld. A couple of episodes that she was on Seinfeld. I was like, okay, yeah, I can see it. but and I'm not really a huge Superman fan per se. I mean, I was a bigger fan when I was a kid, but you know, growing up, there's that split, Boy Scout, and then you have your Batman fans and your Superman fans, and as I got older, I was leaning more towards Batman. I was like, okay, he's
I think that's how it goes. When you're a kid, you want to be Superman. When you become older, you get jaded and you want to be Batman. Plus, you could be Batman. I mean, you could become rich. You could become, a vigilante. You can't be a Superman because he's an alien. You could pretend. But, back when we were growing up, I assume we had both the Christopher Reeve Superman, which is very comic book accurate, Boy Scout and all that. But we also had Adam West, which, in fairness, I love watching those shows, but in fairness, they are goofy, pow, bang, boom, fucking dump.
They're supposed to be campy.
Yeah, they're supposed to be campy. So what you see that, and also the Super Friends, again, it wasn't campy, but it wasn't dark. So that's what you had. Then when we finally got Michael Keaton, we got Batman, and it was dark. And even though there's a lot of comic inconsistencies, it still holds up.
Yes, and when you see the changeover with Frank Miller, when Frank Miller went in and he started writing, and it was making him when he started to make him that guy. That's when I was really started getting out.
I bought that graphic novel, and I've read it. Read the second one. It was all right. The first one was really good. Second one was fair.
The other one I thought really the first one
was good enough. I didn't really think it needed a sequel. Fuck it, whatever.
Did you ever read the Did you ever read The Long Halloween?
Yeah.
Batman. Yeah.
Yeah, because of Batman and Batman Returns. Yeah, I got deep into comics, Batman comics. The problem was they kept doing that shit. Yeah, because he goes after he goes there's somebody killing people. It is involving the Calendar Man, I think.
Yeah.
And then it turns out to be like there's a lot of villains involved in it. I want to read if I can find it. There's two series that I really like to read that I've heard a lot of great things about. Was the one Batman Hush. And
Yeah.
that's and that one. And I was really jacked about, because I heard a lot of good things about the Court of Owls, which I thought that sounds fucking cool. And everybody, every time something comes up Batman, if they start seeing just little niblets, they start going, "It's the Court of Owls." Like,
Not
even
to
in
get
the
off
new,
topic, but my wife bought me these.
is that the Keanu Reeves thing?
Yeah, the Berserker.
How's that?
Oh, they're great. These are
Cool.
awesome. You ever get a chance, pick these up. Good read.
No.
Real good read. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Google
Why
it.
would I do that?
Google it.
No. It's funny. You hear what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying? You hear? You don't mess with Gator. Nobody. Gator don't put up shit. Gator don't put shit up. So
Gator needs some walking around money.
Shut your mouth.
Gator don't play no shit.
You feel me?
Whose baby is in it? Whose baby is it? Who put that baby in you? Gator's bitches better be wearing Jimmy's.
Jesus, man, it's crazy. Love him. Holy
Funny,
fuck.
funny
Yeah.
man.
So no, I got did that, but also I think it was Freebie. I was starting to pop up, and I found like some shit, because I was watching this guy who was talking about movies. This British guy, just stumbled, fucking YouTube. They just throw shit at you, and you're like, "What's this? What's this?"
Yeah. Yeah.
There was some British guy talking about I think he was like the top 8. I don't know why he chose 8 top 8 movies that he kind of like he watches pretty much consistently yearly. He's always making an attempt to go back and watch us. I thought at one point, I don't know, about 8, we might could try something like that. Like, is there any movies you go to consistently, like every year you go and watch it at least once? But anyway, he was talking all these movies, and I was like, oh shit, this guy and me could be compadres. Holy shit. And I hated, because some of the videos, DVDs he had, well, he had one VHS he got from like a video store that was closing down. I can't remember which movie it was, but he was hitting up some movies. I was like, shit, this motherfucker. He mentioned Crawl, Crawl.
Yeah.
With and I was like, hell fucking yeah. That's a great match. Got it on Blu-ray. And then he mentioned this movie. I don't know if you know this one. This one I used to remember seeing on TV, and I just thought it was cool. This shit was called Hawk the Slayer, and had Jack Palance. He played the bad guy. He had like half of his eye got fucked up, and he had like a metal mask that did this. And it basically is, he's his brother. The main guy is this guy Hawk. I don't know the actor. He's not somebody famous. I only know him from this. But they're brothers, and the father doted and was going to give the younger brother everything. And Jack Palance, he was pretty old at that point still. So you're like, you guys are brothers? This guy's like 25 and you're 50. What the fuck? Dad's active. How young was he when he had you? But there, you just fucking disbelief.
He ain't shooting
anyway,
blanks.
Yeah. That guy's fertile. Don't stand near him.
Fertile Myrtle.
Get the maids away.
Yeah.
Anyway, they call him the Dark One. And he's working with some like fucking demon looking thing that's all dressed in black with glowing eyes and shit, of course. And his brother, the father gives the brother this sword, and the sword has like this hand at the bottom of the hilt, and it holds like a crystal, or not a crystal. It's like a stone, and it glows green, and it'll come to the guy if he just puts his hand up. It comes to him and shit. That's kind of cool. And then he goes out. And starts recruiting. Well, first this guy comes to him who's got his hand fucked up, and this dude's like, he's kidnapped his nun, and he's gonna do this. He's gonna do some shit, and we need to get money together. And this dude's got like this cool crossbow that shoots it's got like a clip and shoots these little arrows.
And it shoots like 20. Yeah.
Yes.
I have seen it. Yes.
Yep. He gets a giant who's got like a giant club, this big dude, and it's got an elf and pointy ears, and he shoots arrows too. And he shoots arrows like Legolas.
Yeah, like Legolas. Yeah.
And then there's a guy who's playing a dwarf who really doesn't look like a dwarf, but he's always fucking around. And he's pretty funny. And I watched that the other night, and I was like, memories. I was like, sorry, such a ripoff of so many fucking different things.
Oh, yeah. I think the last time I saw that, it was like 1987. Yeah, I saw that.
I've watched it for years too. I've always been looking for it. I found it but it's like always like European and regional and shit. And I can't, so it's like, well, I'm not going to buy something I know I can't fucking thing. And he brought up Beastmaster and it was fucking on Freebie. I was like, well, shit, all this stuff I find it on Freebie.
Yeah.
And he talked about Battle Beyond the Stars, which is
Stars.
I love that fucking movie. I think I found it, put it on my wish list. I was like, Battle Beyond the Stars. And you know what's funny about that? That movie's got the same composer who did I think maybe at least the first two Star Treks. In like Star Trek the motion picture and Star Trek the Wrath of Khan. And then he did this movie. And then what the fuck? And I think he also did Krull. And it's general. If you listen to it, it sounds like the same exact song. I'm like, this is fucking like he just went, yeah, I did this song. It's just the same thing to every. Is this one good? Yeah, it's just great. Like probably nobody could fucking fact check that shit back in the days. Like I'll just keep selling them the same fucking song. They'll put it in 20 movies and I'll make bank.
So the guy that did like all the Jerry Bruckheimer movies took a page out of this guy's book.
Pretty much. He's like, that's my brother.
Yeah.
My brother's Anakin.
Oh, Uncle Jimmy. I'm following in his footsteps. So, okay.
Holy
so,
shit. But then there was an obscure one that I remember seeing that this one's probably not going to, I mean, you might remember this one or you might not. I don't even know if this played very many places. It's really super low budget. I just remember it was on one of the Saturday afternoon movies, like when I was real little, like in the 70s. And it was called Laser Blaster or Laser Blast. It's literally about this kid. And I think a ship crashes and he finds this weapon that actually like goes and fucking like attaches to his arm. And it starts poisoning his mind.
He's got the necklace.
And it poisons his mind, and then these aliens come after him to kill him, and he starts looking like a zombie. Yeah, they've got that on Freevee. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, dude. He's driving around in that pimp ass 1970s van.
I'm gonna have to watch
it.
Probably, that sounds right, man. That's on Freevee, man. Just so you know.
You had
people out there.
You had to wear the necklace to get the laser to work.
That sounds right, because that's even from my memory. I'm not remembering that, but I'm remembering that there was a necklace when you said that. But and then they had like the stop motion creatures. The aliens were stop motion shitty and like.
I've seen
such
that.
Great.
I just remember in that movie the first time I watched it, I was watching it on TV and my mom was sitting there watching it with me, and I just remember the one scene where the guy goes to the doctor and the doctor's like looking at his necklace and he says he pulls it and he's got like a sore on his chest and he pulls out a sliver of like metal out of his chest and he was like, and the guy was like, leave me alone, just wanted his he wanted his gun to go fuck up town and fuck up the cops and shit. He started getting like that brow.
Yep, exactly. Like I say, look at a fucking mutant.
Like Cro-Magnon man.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I love that movie, man.
Yeah, it's on Freevee. I was like, God damn it, man! Why am I paying for all these fucking, fucking paid for services when there's so much shit on? Apparently
Freevee
now,
and Tubi's got a bunch of shit right now that's real good. Well,
apparently Pluto, I think they said it's Pluto.
I love Pluto.
Creating a new station. It's basically it's a Godzilla station where they're going to play Godzilla movies, and there's like 6. I don't know if they're made. I don't think they're made for. I think they're just movies that aren't available anywhere else. But they've got 6 Godzilla movies you can only watch on Pluto.
Really?
And I'm like, that's cool. I love most of the Godzilla movies. Most of them from the old days. But but there's a lot of new ones that they've come out with that I've never seen. And I was like, well, I might check that out. I mean, that's cool. 24-hour, 7 days a week Godzilla Network. Well, that's all that fucking they do on that, don't they? Yeah.
Have you seen, not to get off your point, because I want you to go through the rest of these. I want to find out what he said. But did you have a Samsung TV, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The free channels on Samsung?
Yeah.
The free channels?
Yeah. We talked about that.
Did you see the new channel? Did you see the new channel they added? The very first channel before it starts going into the news.
Yeah.
Nothing but Conan O'Brien. 24/7.
24/7 porn. What?
Yeah.
Conan O'Brien. Jesus.
Conan O'Brien.
I guess people love that guy.
And it's not the music. It's just him and the interviews all day long. So now that's part of my regime now in the morning. I've watched Conan O'Brien for 20 minutes.
Really?
I like Conan O'Brien. I
I
watch
don't
the
hate
music.
him. I'm just like,
I watch the news. Then I watch my videos. So
yeah.
no, it's
Yeah,
I don't know.
Starsky
I
and
just
Hutch, fucking,
yes. Then
Barnaby
I flip
Jones and
over
shit.
to 21 Jump Street for an hour, and then so
Hard.
okay. So, anyways, what was the other movie? He said a top 8.
I don't know. Now you asking me, those are the ones that popped up.
Oh, okay.
Those are the ones that just struck in my head because I was like, shit, yeah, man. And it's just like, I don't know what made me go to. Well, no. Oh, here's another one. It's not this. This is not from this guy's list. This is from the other guy. I don't
Yeah.
know if I don't remember his name. He actually listened. It's funny. I'm stumbling across all these people that do like those little videos that are like real short on YouTube.
Mhm.
What do they call it? Reels, Reels,
Reels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Reels.
So there's a couple of people I've just like, there's this married couple that always fuck with each other, and they do this.
Yeah.
They usually say something to the other one, and then they spin around in slow motion, and it plays Coolio's Gangster's Paradise because they say something burn. Like the
Okay.
wife goes, "What is a cow? What is a pig say?" And he's out washing his truck. He's like, "Oink," and she's like, well, "What does a duck say?" He's like, "Quack," and she's like, well, "What does a cow say?" He says, "I don't know, but she's wasting my fucking time." And he throws his wash thing on, he puts his hat backwards, and he walks off all slow. And they play the Gangster's Paradise. Apparently, they met him and got his autograph before he passed. Yeah, it's his husband. And then sometimes the wife makes fun of him and talks about like she walks in and him and his dad are in the kitchen. The reaction's hilarious because sometimes the wife chucks something at him. Like she chucked a frying pan once, and it looks like it hits him. And I'm like, they must cut. Well, they do cut because usually
God, I hope so.
2 of them. Yeah, because it was so funny. It was like I've like one episode, he comes up and the wife's talking to some woman, and then he says something to her about, like, we having fish tonight. He's like, yeah, the fish smells bad. And he turns around, and next thing you know, they have like one of those things to the living room, I guess, that kind of pry open like swinging doors. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Pops open, and it's this other dude who does those shorts too. And I was like, what the fuck is he doing at their house? He's like, we're in the South. Hit him with the frying pan. She hands him one of those black motherfuckers. You know what I'm talking about?
Cast iron.
Yeah, cast iron. And she's like, and I'm like, dude, there's no way that they're not. I was like, she threw a White Claw at him, and one. I was like, God damn. I don't know if you've ever seen these. I don't know how much time you spend on YouTube. I'm on there a lot. I'm on YouTube probably more than anything, which is, again,
there's only really, I watch the thing with the 90s, 80s, 90s commercials on YouTube. That's cool. And I watch BJ's Retro Rewind. That's it.
Oh,
yeah.
Never heard of those fucking guys. Anyway,
they're funny. They're funny.
Good
when
for
they're sober.
Fucking dickheads. They're the one fat guy. There's a lot of blow. Anyway,
the big guy's hilarious.
Yeah.
So
to some dimension, but the one guy does the videos where like it starts off with somebody else's video saying something stupid. Like there was this one girl going, you know who's not at the bottom of the ocean? And then it cuts to him and he goes, black people. Hey, did you know? And then he tells you some factoid that has nothing to do with the topic. And he goes, well, now you know. Yeah.
Oh God.
It's funny though. And sometimes he's in his car.
He didn't do the rainbow, did it?
No.
Okay. No. The star. The more you know.
Like, no. He probably could get sued for that. Fucking YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. It's true. No, he did one. He does a lot where he's in, I guess, his own office kind of thing because he's got but he always does something where somebody says something stupid. And he's like, I didn't think that. Oh, there's one where the guy goes, it's another video, I guess it's a TikTok or something stupid. The guy walks up and he slaps what looks like his girl's ass. He's like, hey, babe, you're looking hot. And he slaps her. It's like a big ass. And then she steps up and it's her stomach.
Oh,
and he's
man.
like,
which reminds me.
Happening. Yeah. Hey, did you know? And then he says something, and he's always got what looks like a corpse wrapped up in things. He's like, excuse me. And he steps over it. He tries to get out of his room. It's hilarious. I'll have to send you some. They're hilarious.
Yeah. Send it.
He's a funny guy.
When
but
you
I
said that,
because they were in 2 videos. And anyway.
Yeah. When you said that, reminded me of back in the day when we worked at the Shack. Remember the guy that used to work there? Used to be a cop. He had the fucked up arm. He got in an accident because he was drunk. when he was being a cop and he wrecked the patrol car. And then like when Terry was working there.
Yeah.
Okay, and this guy was cool. I can't remember his fucking name, but this guy was so cool because he was just like off the hook. He would just pop, 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 rattling off shit. We'd be bouncing stuff off each other. We'd be talking and riffing, and he'd jump right in and did it. He walked up behind Terry that one time and just smacked his ass. And Terry
Jay.
Yeah, Jay.
Because he worked at radio. He quit doing that and became a radio show. Yeah, I've read into him over the years. Jay.
Yeah.
That was so funny when he slapped Terry on the ass. There's like, what the fuck?
Terry comes up with that one eye, like, oh my God. What
just happened? I had a religious experience. It's crazy. Because you were like, you laughed so hard.
That guy
Terry
looked
so like he got violated.
I know. I thought.
Well, yeah, because guy was, first of all, that guy, I think he was once in the military. Then he went into he went into state patrol, but he got tired of the fucking jock ex-military fucking fuck with each other. You're not a man if we don't fucking put shaving cream and bullshit. Super Trooper trying to shit, but even worse, they were really bullies to each other. And he's like, I got tired of that shit. It's fucking infantile. We're grown up people. Grow the fuck up. And then he became that security guard. And then he eventually got a job working at Radio Shack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That guy was funny, man.
So, he was funny. Funny
I miss
fucker.
him. Yeah, he was funny.
He's alive. Don't worry.
Yeah.
He said I miss him like as if he's dead.
Yeah. Thinking about you, Jay.
Yeah. Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
There's another guy. There's this other guy that I check out sometimes when it pops up. He just watches videos and gets like cool information. Like somebody took a plastic cup, which I didn't know what it was at first. It turned out to be gasoline, and he covered over this wasp's nest, and the wasp literally were drawn to it and then drowned.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, you trying to tell me 40 years that I could have been doing this? No way. And he goes and does it, and it works every time.
Really?
Everything he gets off of the internet, it works. Like he's like, but that's his catch thing. You gonna tell me 40 years I've been doing this all wrong? No, he's like, no way. And he does it, and it works. Like, ha! He just laughs. White. All these people I think are in the South, I swear, because they all seem like they know each other, or at least maybe they go to like a what do they call it? Maybe they all just freaking circles, because it was so funny. Like I even seen that one guy where he did that thing with the girl saying who's not at the bottom of the ocean, talking about the Titanic, that submarine thing. And he said black people, and then it cuts to this black guy, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's like an inception of you guys going into each other's videos. What the fuck? And he's like, it was so funny.
Not to get off subject, but
We're just fucking.
I did something the other night. I couldn't sleep.
Don't do that again. You might lose your sight.
Yeah. That's why I wear glasses.
Me and you both, buddy. Can I just keep doing it till I need glasses?
Yeah.
I got the glasses, but I don't want to stop doing it. I'm gonna shut my door because I didn't shut my door. I don't know if there's any sound coming. So keep going. I can hear you. I'm still.
Go shut your the door. All right. So, anyways, I had this for some reason. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna try something and see if it works.
Okay.
So I woke up, and it was the next day was my day off, so it was like I can stay up and watch TV or whatever. I looked up, my wife was sound asleep, and I put a lot of times I'll just have the TV going, and I'll just be flipping through movies or something. There's a lot of movies that she just like does not like. She doesn't like them. They're my movies, and I understand that. She watches certain things that I don't particularly care for. I'll watch them with her, because I love her. But there's the shit that she doesn't.
Stuff you like, she's like, nah.
Yeah, exactly, and that's cool. So she's asleep. I'm flipping through. I got my headphones on. I got my phone. I'm flipping through my Spotify. I'm trying to put together a new playlist. I've been listening to the same fucking playlist for like 3 years. So I'm flipping through and I'm looking through different, and I started looking at stuff. And one of the songs that popped up was Hey Pig, or Piggy by Nine Inch Nails. Yeah. And I was like, oh man, that was such a good album. I love that it's one of those albums you For
Yeah,
me,
I
I
own
like
Downward Spiral.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love the Downward Spiral. I like their other stuff too. So I was flipping through it. I pulled up the whole album. I see a movie, and I was like, "Damn, I haven't seen that in a long time. I'm gonna watch that." So I click on it, and it's Rob Schneider's The Animal.
Okay.
Okay,
I haven't seen
so
that
I'm
in
watching
years.
Rob Schneider's The Animal, and I hit play. Downward Spiral, song 1. The music matches up with the movie. And I know a lot of people like, oh, if you listen to Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, and watch Wizard of Oz, it matches. And that I've never done it, but it went so well with that movie. It was so weird. The one movie you wouldn't think would go with the Downward Spiral. If you're ever bored, try it. Tell me what you think. Okay, Google it.
Google that shit.
So,
no, they do that shit with stuff too. Like, what the fuck did they do it with? They take like, see, have you ever seen it? I don't know if you've seen it again. I'm a fucking YouTube whore, apparently. Where they take like songs and they put it on top of like things for movies or for other things, and it just beat for beat works out perfectly. Like Rob Zombie's Dragula seems to be used for a lot of things, and people are like, this shouldn't work, but it does.
Yeah.
And I forget what the last one I watched was where they did that, and I was like, perfect. But I said it's probably because it's music and there's first chorus, verse, beats, all that stuff. It probably just falls in line.
My wife showed me one the other night. It was Rob Zombie, but it was the dance scene from Grease.
That's it. Yes, that's the one I was watching the other night.
Yeah,
and it works.
And it matched.
Perfectly.
It matched up. Yeah, it matched up.
What the fuck? But I guess it's just music and shit. I think it's cool. Though. I like watching those.
I saw one not too long ago, and it was a newer song. I can't remember what it was, but they were playing it over. The scene in Opportunity is it Opportunity? The one with
Tell me the scene.
Oh fuck, what's his name? It was in the 90s.
We get stuck in a Target overnight.
Yeah.
He's an overnight cleaner. Yeah. It's Opportunity Knocks. Jennifer.
It was Opportunity.
What's her name's in it? Jennifer Connelly. God, yeah, you're right. I can't remember that guy's name. I was thinking of another actor, but it's not him.
You're thinking of John Cryer, and it's not John Cryer. It's
no. I was thinking of Justin Wiley, but no.
Oh, but anyways, they played.
Like, what the fuck is that?
The scene in the movie where she's like starts playing the music, and then they start dancing and whatever. Yeah. Well, they did a video, and they were doing with them roller skating around, and they overlaid the song, and it was a really cool song. Couldn't tell you what the song is. It's on my playlist.
Oh, it's a new song. Okay.
Yeah, it's a newer song. Yeah, something that just came out a couple years ago. And I was like, oh, that matches up really well. That's kind of cool. Somebody had a lot of time on their hands. It's just like, hey, I'm gonna fuck with this. So I'm not that talented.
Hopefully this isn't anything against the rules, but I don't know if you'll be able to hear this or see this, but we'll see if you'll do that.
What are you going to do if I broke into your house? Clear my browsing history. Listen, did you know that the bird from the Twitter logo has a name, and his name is Larry? Now you do.
That's the guy I was talking about.
Actually, I think I have seen some of those. Yeah, I have seen some of those. Yeah, they're funny.
Jesus coming in the house. What are you going to do? And he's like, clear my browser history. Do you know? Because it's Jesus.
Yeah.
You ever seen the one with the dumb guy? The dumb guys, they do one. It's not, he doesn't do it, but there's the one with the dumb guy who's like, he's got like fucking different colored teeth. He's like, well, he takes his like a ski mask off. What do you do if I broke into your home? And it's like this Southern woman go, listen, Skittles. This is the South. If you come in my home, you better call 911 before and make right with Jesus, because we carry guns, we carry pow-pows, and we have pit bulls.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. I think I got the one. No, not that shit off. I got the one here. Hold on, with the couple.
Oh God, not that.
Why do I always have to make dinner?
Because it's customary to feed the prisoner.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but she's gonna throw a White Claw at him.
What's for dinner?
Why do I always have to make dinner?
Because it's customary.
He deserved that. He deserved it.
Oh, he says that shit he says all kinds of outlandish shit, but she does the same to him. She'll usually make fun of him being bald. Or she says stuff like right in front of his dad, she's like, the difference between big and small? He's like, no, yeah, but what do you mean? She's like, or something like that, to the point where she goes, if you feel inadequate because of your penis size, don't worry. You're bigger than your dad. Right in front, she spins around and does that same walk away, and he's like, "You motherfucker!" It's his dad's food. He's like, "What?" But those two were in the video with that guy who goes with the clear my browser history. It's like, look at this, it's Inception. He's like, here's the frying pan. You're in the South. Hit him with that.
Oh God.
He lives in South Florida because he mentioned that. Or no, North Florida, which is weird because his voice sounds way like he's from Tennessee. But anyway, I'm like, I guess
South
all these
Florida,
people are from the
North
South.
Florida.
Yeah, North Florida.
Who
That's right.
cares?
North Florida. So you better fuck that guy.
Ah.
He's making money and I'm not.
Florida's
No.
the one state you have to move to after when you fucked up in every other state.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Well, with everything going on down there with their governor, God, they just fucking ruined it for me. Now I'm just kind of thinking about buying some land and and moving out and getting off the grid. I mean, not completely, just it's so fucking crazy, this world. It's just getting worse and worse, and shit is getting more and more expensive.
Oh, tell me about it.
I know it sounds fucking doom patrol. I'm just like, I don't know, man. It just sounds like, as much as it was, because when we lived out when we first moved down in 97, obviously that's a fucking culture. I mean, we came down to visit my dad for a week in 97, him living up in Baxley, which is pretty much still out. It's probably more dense than even where you live, I think.
It is.
They have been, but he had about 20 acres out there, and he's kicking himself for getting rid of it, but he just didn't like being out there all by himself. And Grandpa came back to town and wouldn't come up there. Nobody would come visit. And he wouldn't understand that we all got work and we got bills. We're not retired living off, military disability check and shit and Social Security.
Yeah.
So we only got time to just drive up and visit you out in Baxley, which is like 45-minute, hour drive, probably an hour drive. I don't know.
What from
Brunswick? Yeah, from Brunswick, I think. Why?
Yeah, at least. At least. I'm closer to it than you are.
Yeah, it's a good drive out there. But he had 20 acres. He eventually even put some pine. He got something to do, I think, with the law, with the, what is it called? The people who do the wood in this state. You know what I'm talking about? They got those trucks that have the fucking long trees on them. Like,
the loggers.
But there's like Georgia Pacific or something. I think maybe they're involved with something that does
They're
paper.
the ones that do like the paper. Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently if you got like a good bit of land and you want to make a little bread, they'll let you, they'll plant the trees. And if you let them plant the trees, when they harvest them, you get a cut of the money, which is pretty good money.
Yeah.
He sold the land to whoever got it, got to get the deal.
That's funny funny you said that because my wife's dad, he has a bunch of land out here. And they were, I guess the neighbor next, because like her dad, my father-in-law, he's got like 350 acres or something. He's got a shit ton of land out there. And the guy that owns like the border next to his land is some lawyer. Well, he was out there cutting his trees down. It was logging season, I guess. He was out there. He heard the noise. So he gets the shotgun, starts walking out into his back part of his land. He sees the loggers out there.
Yeah.
They're 50 feet into his property. They look up, see him holding the shotgun. They're like, whoa. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And they're like, we're cutting trees. He goes, this is my land. You see those markers? And they're like, yeah. He goes, that's where his land stops. Mine starts right there. And they're like, oh shit. And they was like, yeah, back up. They leave. I guess the lawyer's like, hey man, I'm sorry. I'm going to pay you. Apparently if you cut into somebody's land, you have to pay them 3 times whatever the trees were worth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so he was like, hey, I'm sorry. I'm going to pay you for these. He goes, I don't want the fucking money. I want my trees back.
Jesus. Dad, take the money.
Yeah. Anyways, long story short, lawyer's no longer
that guy's
there.
Dead.
Yeah. You don't know where the lawyer
dead,
went.
but anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know where.
So yeah, don't. So word to everybody out there. If you're not sure where the property line is, find out before you start cutting.
That happened while we were up in Baxley with my dad too, because his neighbors too. They put a fence that cut into his property,
Mm-hmm.
So he went over and started cutting their fence. Next thing I know, these motherfuckers, 4 motherfuckers come out with weapons,
Yeah.
get on 2 fucking ATVs and drive out and ask my dad what the fuck he's doing. I'm saying, I'm cutting this fence. It's on my fucking property. And I was like, I should have stayed in Jersey.
It's going to turn into a gunfight.
Yeah, because he pulled out his gun and he was like, listen, you guys crossed the line. This is put into my property and I'm cutting the fence because it's on my land.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jesus Christ, you really got to do this shit?
Did you
The
do
wild
like the
goddamn West.
Did you do the Homer Simpson thing where you just kind of like backed into the bushes?
Pretty much. Yeah. I was like, oh.
You were like, hey, Dad,
Gotta go.
time to hit the old dusty trail.
Yeah. You're on your own, old man. Remember, you
Think the-
abandoned me, so I gotta abandon you. It's the way
think
the
the
world
biscuits
works.
are burning on the stove. I'm gonna go check them real quick.
Jesus.
So,
I tell you that wait, this, I got fun stories about that. You know, because when we first came down here, he was okay. Then he slowly slipped into the bottle, and
Yeah.
that was a fun time because it was me, my ex, our 2 kids, because this is before my youngest was born. And just like he did all kinds of crazy ass shit. I remember one night he just fucking lost his shit, grabbed his AK-47 and dashed out to the backyard and literally took a jumping dive and landed on the ground. Started shooting his gun out to it's in the back. Well, luckily it was his property, and then there was like a hill, so there was no person. Well, if there was, they were fucked. But he wouldn't have hit anybody. They would have been on his property. But
yeah.
and I was like, dude, and you would probably understand this because you're in the military, but I was like, I don't even think that if I don't remember ever seeing it in a movie like this, but when he shot, it looked like lasers. It was like light going through the fucking, I was like, God damn, that's fucking, I never knew that happened.
Yeah, it's called the tracer round. Normally it's every 3rd round, and it has a chemical on the bullet itself that when it launches, the heat causes it to look like a laser.
Oh, that's
and they
cool.
call them they call them tracer rounds. So when you're shooting at night, every 3rd round, you know that your round is going this way or this way or this way. So
okay.
Yeah,
well, he must
but
have been using the whole box of gooks in the wire. He was like, gooks in the wire. I'm like, what? There's no gooks. We're in America.
Yeah. Wow.
And then the one time he came home, he fell off, he got something happened with him on his ATV. He had one of those little green, some fucking motorcycle things. Those were fun. I enjoyed driving those, even though it had like a shifter, so where you didn't have to. I guess whatever you have to do with motorcycles, we have to, I guess, shift the gears with your foot. This one had it on the handle. I got used to that. That was fun. But he fell off his ATV with his shotgun and shot the shotgun into the ground. So it looked like a goddamn Acme. The barrel was split in 3 metal pieces, splintered out. I was like, what the fuck?
Dude,
I was like,
I paid good money to see that.
Shit?
Oh my God, that's funny.
I fucking fucked up my shotgun. Yeah. Goddamn thing looks like something out of the fucking Looney Tunes and shit. 3 metal bars. That's it. It's like, oh, look at him, blew my fucking brains out.
I think I blew my leg off. Jesus.
I can't move my right arm. That's your left arm,
my
Dad.
God.
Yeah. And he did the proverbial drunk ATV driving where he went up the road and then the fucker backflipped on top of him. And that's when my great grandpa was still living there, and he's like, and then my dad's like, ah! And he'd already pissed me off because he was drunk, acting like a fucking asshole. And he's like, go take care of your father. I'm like, looks like he took care of himself. Called somebody. I think my ex at the time was like, oh my God, and called the 911, which didn't make him really happy because they showed up and the police showed up, and he was still. We tried to get the ATV off. It took a bunch of us to get off, and then some because he was highly intoxicated. He decided he wanted to get into it with the one of the police
Cops.
officers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you can
That sounds like your
imagine.
dad.
I think you
Yeah.
can imagine what
Yeah.
kind of cop it was. And
Yeah.
he used the wrong word and ended up getting arrested. I was like,
Yeah. That sounds like your
I
dad.
said, fuck you. Good job. Have fun with that shit, dumbass. Who
Yeah.
thinks that's a good idea? I never understand who thinks that's a smart thing to do. He's the
Place-
law. It doesn't matter if you don't like him. He's the law.
Play stupid games, win stupid
That,
prizes.
and I may have told you this story or not. I don't know. But again, another time where it just became an issue. I think we borrowed because we had sold our car when we came down because my mom's like, yeah, I can't drive that car down there. It'll never make it to Georgia. I don't know. I think it would have been worth it to try, but instead we gave it to somebody or maybe even sold it to somebody for some money
Yeah.
before we left. And my mom drove us down because she had a newer car. So we didn't have a car, and my dad didn't technically have a car. I don't think he can even. No, he can drive. he's got 2 cars. But back then they just had one vehicle. It was my grandpa's truck, and we borrowed it because we were trying to get out of there. And I was like, well, let's see about. I think we went up to Athens. Don't know why. We just said maybe we'll check out places to live in Athens. I don't know why, but that's where we went. We drove around there and then came back and spent practically the majority of the day. So that didn't go over well. We fucking took the truck. Yeah, whole fucking day, you motherfucker. I do not recall what happened, but again, it may have been my ex called the 911 and detectives came, not cops, detectives.
Yeah.
And he was like, what's motherfucker? And they're like, you need to calm down. He's like, I ain't gonna calm down, you motherfucker. And I was like, and I said something smart. I said something smart ass. And sure enough, this drunken buffoon swings at me. And I go, whoo, back up. And they're like, all right, you're going downtown. That was it. They just took him. They said, you can't try to hit somebody in front of us. We're the law.
Yeah.
So they arrested him.
They just put the
was
chokehold
pissed.
on him. They're like, all right, come on down. Come on down.
That's right. Sun's getting low.
Sun's getting low, big guy.
Yeah, my great grandpa was pissed. He was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, you don't even want to deal with it. He left us up there one time. He's like, well, you're all here now. That's basically the game that they played. The whole family was like, everything's good. It's great. Come on down here. Stay with your dad. It's going to be great. And then they were all like, your problem. Like, my problem? Oh, not my problem. Why is it my problem? That's what they basically did. My grandpa even left it. I said, that happened. I was like, not my problem. And that's what I said to him. I said, not my problem.
God,
we essentially,
between your dad and your ex mother-in-law that just loved me.
Oh
my God.
The Jew was fucking up the front yard again. I was like, I don't really know if you should talk.
All I was trying to do was help her plant them fucking bushes. Oh my God.
Yeah, you do something nice for a racist, and that's what you get.
I know.
I don't
Never
recall
in my
though
life.
she said anything to you though. I don't think she.
No,
called
she didn't
that.
say. She didn't say anything to me. She was sweet as she could be.
Of course.
To my face until she went in the house, and then it was, my God. Yeah, she's like
dirty Jew.
That fucking kike out there fucking with my bushes.
I said, trust me, no one wants to fuck with your bush.
Yeah, I was like,
you didn't
God,
get it.
out there elbow deep in the dirt trying to help her. Jesus.
Don't worry, she was no good. She was
sweet lady. Sweet lady.
Lovely voice. Yeah, she could sing it like an angel.
She could.
Yeah. But get her in a car with a total stranger and she got mad at me because my ex, her daughter, ran off. I forget. She did it twice. I don't know if that's when she ran off and went to Jersey for a week to get away from everything and abandon all of us, or if she was in a facility, but whatever. Long story short, that her sister who lived in New York had called and she essentially said, well, where's my niece? And I was like, oh, your niece? She couldn't deal with all this and your sister, and this is what happened and everything like that. And she's in there, and when she goes, she comes in and she's like, "Well, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to like that? Give me the goddamn phone. What's wrong with you?" And later on, she goes, "We don't talk about this. We don't talk personal, private, family business with anyone outside the family." I was like, "What is this? The fucking Godfather?" But this bitch was in taxis, getting taxi rides to work, fucking unloading about me, her daughter, our kids.
Of course.
Total strangers.
Yeah.
And the funny part was she didn't know one of the taxi drivers she was shit-chatting to was Karen's mom. And Karen's mom goes, you know what that bitch said? Because her mom's a jerk. Her mom, hey, you know what that bitch said to me? She called her daughter a whore and you a freeloading piece of shit. And I was like, surprise. And your kids are all a bunch of welfare kids. I was like, what the fuck is that? And she said that shit in front of the kids. She said these kids are nothing but welfare. She said horrible things in front of them. These kids are, I'm just, I wish I could have done better for them. They're great kids. They've,
they are great kids.
They're great kids. I'm not saying anything negative about them. I feel as a failure as a father that I couldn't provide them better, and they couldn't do better. But
you
they're
did the best you could. You did good. They turned out okay, man.
Yeah.
So, I got to see them when the time they were babies to now, and I'm glad I got to see that. But you did a good job as a father, man. And you're still doing a good job. I'm proud of you, man.
I'm not perfect. I don't even, I'm not one of those guys who waves a flag. Which, I think anyone who does that is kind of a prick anyway. I kind of think if you're out there, I'm fucking great dad, I'm fucking doing good. And I'm like, yeah.
No, man. Dude, I fall short all of us every fucking day as a dad. Is it the best job in the world? Yes, absolutely.
Sure.
Do I fail at it? Every fucking day.
They always have told us, there's no fucking owner's manual for you kids, No,
there isn't. I wish there was, but there wasn't. You just do the best you can.
But why did they tell you guys it's 10 o'clock? Where's your kids? What the fuck was that all about?
Yeah.
Where was your kids?
As a reminder. Yeah. Check on your kids. God damn it.
You have kids. Check on them. Oh, those are fucking little freeloaders. Yeah. Where are they? No, my mom wasn't like that.
No, she wasn't. Hey,
it's a lot of cool shit out there on those free channels, man.
Yeah.
I was just shocked. I was like, real quick, this other guy who does videos, he's also in Georgia. He talks about he's like a Gen Xer guy. So he does Gen X things. So he does so one of the things he talked about was movies that he said, if you saw them when you're a kid, you can get a bit of nostalgia. But if you were alive, but never saw these movies, he's like, do not watch them. They're horrible. I can't remember all the movies. I'm sorry. I should write this shit down. But the one I remembered, because it was one I was wanting to see, because I remember watching this movie as a kid. I don't remember it being great. I just remember it was on a lot, probably HBO, because when we had HBO, because we did, and they played a lot of shit repetitively, and still do. But it was a movie that I was like, oh my God, I remember. I just kind of like, for nostalgia's sake, I'd like to see it. And he's like, and it's free on YouTube. And it's a movie called Heart Bleeps. Stars Andy Kaufman, Bernadette Peters as robots.
Yep, I remember that.
To Fall in Love. You remember that movie? And I said, no way. And I went to YouTube, and sure enough, the whole fucking movie's on there for free.
Yep.
I was like, that is so fucking cool. Yeah.
Yep. I remember. I haven't seen that since I was a kid.
Right? I also think I saw Under the Rainbow too on one of the free stations. That's with Chevy Chase and Carrie Fisher about the people who were in the
little people.
Supposedly, it's not real. I don't know this story, but anyway, I remember my mom used to watch it. I think I'd probably watch it again now. I remember when it was a kid, it was on so much. I got sick of it, but because it's really like a depressing story. It ends really, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was a depressing ending. Was Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeves, where he goes back in time.
Go back in time. Yeah.
And he comes back and he's all fucked up, and he goes back and he can't go back, and it just fucking ends up dying. I was like, God damn, it's depressing. There's so many classics, though. I'm like happy to hear stuff like that, because there's just, it's crazy how I understand that, there's always these movies that are considered the greats and the classics that'll always be around. But it's so disheartening that there's so many movies that I felt were pretty big movies that are like, that were at the time were big deals that now they're just like, nobody fucking wants to see My Bodyguard. I do.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
It was different.
Yeah, I know. Different. I was like, why can't they put shit on? Like, can we have a Gen X station that plays all kinds of fucking, just a freebie channel that's Gen X shit?
It might be one of these days,
One of these days,
but
man.
We're we're making waves. We're making waves. People are
because apparently
wanting,
we're a generation that's still trying to hold on to physical media. You know?
yeah. I mean, I run
I'm
into
like,
it
I gotta
every
start
day.
writing down. Yeah.
Some of these young people, they're just like, hey, you know, I'm
Here today,
listening to
gone tomorrow.
CDs
Fuck.
again. I'm listening to records and this and that. I'm like,
Yeah.
cool, keep going with it. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll get
Bring that
Blockbuster
shit
back. So,
We're not
well,
getting
let's talk real quick
Taco Bell.
because we're over our hour. But what we're going to be talking
Which-
about this Sunday. So,
because of the impending holiday, and we might even put, well, we're going to talk about a specific movie. We're going to jump back into talking about a movie, or at least maybe more than just one, but definitely
I
we're
would say
going to
movie are just memories.
sure.
se,
Well, I was
when
thinking
you're
that
a
our
kid.
next one of this will
Yeah.
do memories for 4th of July, but for
Okay.
Saturday, and I'm going to have to bone up because it's been a long while since I've seen that old movie. Just, I don't know, man. Anyway, we're going to be doing Independence Day episode for the 4th of July. We're going to talk about the movie Independence Day and possibly memories as well, or possibly even other. I don't think there's really that many movies that are like specifically about the 4th of July.
Not that I
Other
can
than,
think
I
of.
mean, obviously, there might be things that the 4th of July is happening, but it's not like the focal point. It's, technically is the focal point of it. It's not, they really don't know. I mean, it just says Independence Day. So anyway, that's supposed to be 4th of July is what it is. So that's what we're going to be doing Sundays, Independence Day movie and Independence Day, 4th of July memories.
Yes. Yeah. So,
muscle pants that are black American flags, fun shit like that.
Yeah.
America.
Hot dogs, hamburgers. Go ahead and tell the kids where they can find us, man.
You can find us on Facebook at BJ's Retro Rewind. Please follow us there. Make comments if you want to, or send us messages. We're on at least 4 major podcast channels. Not this show is strictly here at YouTube. This is BJ's Retro Rewind, the YouTube, but we only do this as a video. We don't offer the audio, maybe one day. But the audio podcast we usually release on Sundays is available on Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Anchor, and Spotify. Spotify is the main one. Spotify has all of our
episodes
podcast, because several of our episodes are banned because we're vigilantes, baby. No, because of copyright shit, and
Guerrilla Radio.
Spotify allows us to do that because they pay the artists. The other ones, they don't pay the artists, and we're not supposed to use the stuff. So we're kind of veering away from. We've very much veered away from that. But I think that's unfortunately meant that we've probably have at least 4 episodes that are just not anywhere else but Spotify. I could be wrong. So if you really want to hear the whole spectrum from A to B, that's the way to check it out, is Spotify. But from there on in, you can go anywhere you want after that, because it's pretty much, we keep it pretty much. What is the word for the shit we're not allowed to play? The copyright stuff, whatever it is. You can follow me if you'd like. I wish somebody would, but besides the people that have, follow me on Instagram. It's the _Jersey Devil 72. That's Instagram. And Barry, you can tell them where our Instagram is.
My Instagram's under Baruch Assault. That's BARUCH Assault. You can also send us an email at bjsretrorewind@gmail. If you have a question, comment, or you just want to shoot the shit, send us an email. We'll try to respond back to you as fast as we can. So that's about it, isn't it?
Shit. Yeah. Anybody email you yet?
I
guess you tell somebody emailed.
Yeah, your mom emailed me, and she was like, "My God, why do you talk about that stuff?
Filthy fucking mouth and talking about private family business.
Yeah, airing our dirty laundry out there. I'm calling
like
your
hooker's
mother.
Underwear.
Yeah,
that dirty Jew, you dirty rat.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So anyways, let's get out of here, man, because I got some other stuff I gotta take care of before I go to bed.
Oh, okay, fine, Mr. Important. Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm old. I'm old at 10 o'clock, and sun going down, man.
Yeah.
So,
I'm fucking, yeah. I'm doing the.
I'm missing Matlock. All right.
Yeah, okay. Wapner, Judge Wapner's
Yeah.
on. The two quick things. One, I can't seem to fucking get to sleep, and it's fucking like some days. Like wait, was it last night or the night before? I actually was Tuesday. It was yesterday, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking crashed, but then I did the thing again where I crashed for a bunch, but I wasn't prepared to just be sleeping all night. So then I had to get up and get shit ready and everything like that. And then I had a little time falling back to sleep. But then most nights it's like, I'm looking at the clock going, Jesus Christ, it's 1:30. I gotta fucking be up in the morning. Fuck. Just fall asleep. And I turn things off, fucking run the black screen YouTube channel with rain and shit trying to help me. Like, don't pee in the bed. And then what was the other thing?
Try that melatonin stuff.
Yeah,
You've tried that?
I do. I have it. Yeah, it doesn't.
I can't
It just makes me. It just. Plus, they say I've been watching a lot of things. A lot of them say that it's good. It's okay if you want to take it once in a while, but if you have to take it every night, which I did for a good while. I took it not forever, like maybe a week
It'll
or
fuck
two.
You up. It'll fuck
it's
you
not
up.
good. Yeah, so I've tried to. I got to finish the bottle off because I think it's a waste. But I'm not taking it every night. But I also got my vacation approved. So starting from the 14th to I think the 22nd, I'm going to be off for the week of my birthday.
Awesome.
Fuck it, I have paid time, so why not use it? Right?
We can shoot an episode every day you're on vacation.
Well, I'll be able to stockpile that shit.
Yeah,
so like,
just in case.
I'm on the mood, brother. Just throw up the freebie. Every goddamn day. The bottle never hit the ground. The extreme. Anyway. All right. Let's wrap this shit up.
On the telephone. What this boy talking about on the telephone? Of course.
Let him explain it.
Get them in the family jewels.
Not the family jewels.
We'll send you a free T-shirt if you can figure out what movie we're talking about. But all right.
What the T-shirt is? Who the fuck knows? Probably something Barry got at the thrift shop. But hey,
probably
it's free. I mean,
it's free.
Free's free.
All right, brother. Let's get out of here.
Postage handling.
We hope everybody had a great week. Hope everybody has the rest of their week is good. Try to stay out of the heat. Stay hydrated.
Jesus, what's up with that? Everybody was like, my boss was like, "Hey, you enjoying this heat?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't fucking go outside. What the fuck you think I am? God damn, I'm a fucking mushroom."
So everybody, stay hydrated. Stay safe.
Yeah, stay hydrated. Stay safe.
Check on your pets. Check on your senior citizens. Make sure they're doing okay. So
check on the homeless. Whatever you can do.
Spade and neuter your senior citizens.
Jesus.
Right,
I know I'm going to be dangerous. Look out. Look out.
All right,
keep him out of it. Keep him away from the schools.
Thanks.
Anyway.
Thanks for listening and watching us this week. And check out our new show on Sunday. Like Jake said, we'll be talking about the 4th of July. We'll be reviewing this movie, Independence Day. So one of my favorite movies. So anyways, you guys have a great week, and we will see y'all on the flip side.
That's right.
Later.